half in the bag.
Well, this movie is just one example of a series of films that are awful and destroying comedy, I would say.
Yeah.
They're awful and they're cheap to make, which is why they keep making them, because they always make money because they cost so little.
Well, to be fair, Jay, that is the history of movies, though. I mean, the sci-fi, horror, comedy stuff, I mean...
Not all of them.
Going way back, I mean, there were a lot of B-movies in the 50s that teenagers went to drive-ins just to watch, and they were crappily made, they were quickly made, and they're made, you know, Attack of the Squid Monster, you know, like the 50s was the B-movie period.
Yeah.
And they were shit. And there were good artistic films that came out then, and there's probably someone in the 50s drinking beers in a VCR repair shop complaining about the Attack of the Squid Monster. It feels more cynical today for some reason. I don't know why, but it's the same shit. Same with comedies too. You know, people looked down on slapstick for a while, you know. I mean, maybe not in the early days. Chaplin was a worldwide star, you know. But after that, it's like Three Stooges. I mean, that wasn't considered high art.
That was always lowbrow.
Yeah. So it's the same thing today. It's just recycled. There are still people making good movies.
Of course, yeah.
But there's this stuff, and it's teenagers and dimwits go to see it.
So what would the difference be then? Why does it seem worse now than previous? Because you look at like the 80s comedies, and the big popular movies in the 80s was like, you know, the very early 80s was Porky's. And there was an endless stream of Porky's ripoffs in the 80s. Dumb sex comedies. So what is the difference between those and these spoof movies of today? Like, what makes these worse? Is it like, I look back at a movie like Screwballs, I've seen that film, I'm assuming you probably have not. That's the epitome of a Porky's ripoff, and there was a lot of, especially low budget stuff like that in the 80s. But you look at it now, and there's sort of a charm to it, where you're like, aw, it's not funny, but aw. I don't think anyone will look back with any sort of nostalgia goggles on disaster movie.
No.
Because all the references are dated 6 months after the movie comes out.
Well, I think it goes to your statement that references are not jokes. And I think with those older movies, like every genre will have its appeal. Like monster movies, it's to see the monster destroy things. And action movies and horror movies, it's to see people get killed and blood. Comedy, it's to laugh and
to see jokes, constructed jokes.
Sex comedies, it's to see dirty jokes, to see girls in the shower and someone peeking at them in the shower, and boobies and all things like that. They have their place too.
Yeah.
You have to look at the core appeal, and with this movie in particular. With spoof movies, like Naked Gun, you know, spoofing cop stuff, Airplane, spoofing those movies. There's specific genre jokes that are used, like Leslie Nielsen's character, what was it, Frank Drebin?
Good old Frank Drebin.
Yeah,
Frank Drebin.
He's just incompetent and stupid and makes mistakes, and he's supposed to be a cop, and that's sort of the joke. But with this movie, there's no reference, there's no frame of reference other than these are things that you've seen in the Paranormal Activity movies.
Yeah.
And it's now happening here.
Or even worse.
And then someone farts.
Yeah. They're in bed, just like Paranormal Activity, and then someone farts. But what's even worse is that it's referencing movies that nobody cares about. Like The Devil Inside. That was a movie that came out. It made a decent amount of money because it was the only movie out in January, but no one's going to remember it, you know? So outside of the fact that you're referencing it, there is no joke. Airplane, a very funny movie. I've never seen Airport. You know, you don't have to see it to find a movie funny. And like that, or Naked Gun, or movies like that, there is some mild characterization to the characters. There's an attempt to make you care about these people. It's really corny, but it's in there, and that's appreciated. Like Lieutenant Frank Drebin and his relationship with Priscilla Presley's character in that, or the two main characters of Airplane, where it's like, oh, they get together at the end, and it's
Yeah.
cute in a charm in a really sort of simplistic way, but at least it's there.
Get it out! Get it out of your head! Fuck! Is it out?
I just forgot my childhood, but I remember a haunted house perfectly.
Oh, shit. Well, do me now.
Okay.
I want to get rid of a haunted house. Let me think about it. Marlon Wayans gets fucked in the ass and his wife poops in a toilet while doing a Rubik's Cube. Go! Marlon Wayans gets fucked in the ass while his wife poops in a toilet while doing a Rubik's Cube. Marlon Wayans fucks his wife in her Rubik's Cube. Marlon Wayans is a comedic genius. Oh shit, the opposite!